Welcome to our third video of Python series Python variable. So in this video we will discuss about how we can create a variable names, what is this case sensitive is, and how we can assign multiple values to a single variable, and at last we will see what are the types of data is present. So all those things we will discuss in today's class. So please feel free to ask your doubt in the comment section if you are facing any issues and if you are not getting anything. So stay with us till the end to get more informations. And also we are planning to bring some other series like data engineering, data analysis in coming days. So let's begin. So here if you look at, so this is what we mentioned. So first we will discuss about what is this Python variable is. So this variable is a short name which we will use to store the data. So initially in our second video and first video we saw what, like whenever we are creating a data and we want to get the output, what we do, we always would use print to print the result. But today what we will do, we will store the data in a place, then we will call that variable. So it is like a container which we will use to store the data. So for an example, there are different types of variables are there. One is called camel case, like this is how you can write. So if you write Python class, then it will create a variable. So what we will do, we will create a variable. Okay, so if you guys don't know what is this software is that we are using, so please check out our second video to know. And in the second video we also covered like how you can install the software on your system. Okay, so the camel case is means like how the camel looks like. So the first part is like in camels, like from head to till the body is like lower case, then it is like one part is upper then lower, like the plane. So that's what we will do here. So if I want to create a variable with more than one words, what I can do, I can create in camel case, like let's say Python, then I can create like this. So if you look at, I have two words. To separate these two words, what I am doing, I am keeping a capital letter in between them. So this is called camel case. Okay, the first word all letters are in small, but the second word first letter in capital. So here I will wrote Python name equal to something, I'm just assigning hello world. Okay, now if I run my run button by clicking, what I can see, nothing is happening. So if I print Python name, so and run this, we can see hello world. So this hello world data is present inside this variable called Python name. So whenever we will call this print with that variable name, it will give the result in the output. So this is one way to create the variable, so using camel case. So the other one here is called Pascal case. In the Pascal case, each and every word's first letter is capital. So if I go ahead and do same thing, so I will just copy paste this whole thing. So here I will paste it and I will make PS capital. Now if I run this, so nothing is happening. So if I do print Python name, so N is capital, sorry. So if I run this one, what I can see, I can see hello world. So there is one more format is also there, which is called snake case. In snake case, to create a variable with more words, we can keep underscore in between the words, and that is what called snake case. So what I will do, I will create a variable with same Python name, but in this time I will separate this Python with name using the underscore, and I will keep the same data hello world. Now if I print Python underscore name, I can see what the result hello world present. So there are three ways to create variable. So if you want to go with camel case, you can go by using this format. If you want to go with Pascal case, you can go using this format, and if you want to go with snake case, you can go with Python underscore name. So these are the few formats that we will use to create variable in our coming classes also. So next we will discuss what the case sensitive. So if you look at my screen, here you can see we have Python class, here we have Python class. Both these are present in snake case, but the only difference here is P in this case is capital, but P in this case is small. So if I want to see data for this one which contains some data, this variable, then I can see. But if this doesn't exist, what is going to happen? It will throw the error. So what we will do, we will do a sample program to see how these two things are different if you make only one character upper or lower. So what I will do, I will create here a variable called name, let's say, and I will do name equal to xyz. So this is what it contains. Now I can do print name here. So if I do print name and run this block, I can see xyz is present. So what if I will call this print name, but in this time I will make the name n in small letter, and if I run this one, it will throw error that name is not defined. So that is what called case sensitive. Python is case sensitive in nature. So you have to always remember the variable name where n is capital is not same as the name where n is in small. So we have to always remember this concept, and Python is very case sensitive on this matter. So here everything is same. If you look at everything is same, but what we are doing, we are making P is capital, here P is small, and in this case C is capital, but in this case C is small. That's what we are doing. We are not doing any additional things here. Now we will see how we can assign multiple values. Okay, so the way we created the variables here, similarly we can do what? We can create multiple values with multiple variables, and that's what I mentioned here. If you look at what I am doing x, y, z equal to 10, 20, 30. So let's do this one to see how it will look like. So if I do x, y, z equal to 10, 20, 30. Now here if I do print x, y, z and run this block, we can see 10, 20, 30. We can create multiple variables for multiple values by putting comma. So this way it is going to create in a single line. We can do these operations. We don't need to do multiple lines. There is also another concept, assign one values to multiple variable. Let's say we have three different variables are present which contain same value. So what we can do, instead of creating three different variables with three different values like this, if let's say x, y, z both all these three contains 10, so instead of creating x equal to 10, y equal to 10, z equal to 10, this is not a appropriate way. Okay, so because here we are writing many lines of code, what we can do, we can do x equal to y equal to z equal to 10. So if I do, and similarly if I do print x, y, z, so what it will give, it will give the result 10, 10, 10, because each of them contains the value 10. So this is also another way. Some scenario we have single value for multiple variables, so we can do like this also. The last concept here is type of data. So let's say here we are, what we are doing, Python like provide this method, like to know what the type of the data is present. So here we are creating a variable called language which contains a data called English. So how do I know what my English is, which kind of data it is? To know that, so first let's create this variable called language. Language equal to English, and we have this data. If I print language, I can see that this language is what contains the data English. What kind of data it is, how do I know? To know that, what we can do, we can call the method called type. If you do type of language for that particular variable, because this variable language contains this data. So if I do type out language, what is going to happen, it will display the result. So I will do type of language. So if I do type of language, and also I have to print this result, so I have to keep everything inside the print method. So what is going to happen, if I run, we can see it is saying string. So str means it is string. So that is what we mentioned here. So if you do language type of language, you can see string, which means string. So this is a string. If you remember, in the first class we mentioned whatever we will put inside this quotation in Python, it will behave like it is a string. Even if you put a number, it will also behave like a string. So let's say I have x equal to 10, but what I will do in this time, I will put the 10 inside this quotation. Now if I do print type of x, what I will get? I will get this is also a string. So this quotation means string. But what if I put y equal to 20? I will do print type of y. So we can see it is integer. Only the difference here is quotations. That's always we need to care. So that's all for today's class. We are also working on bringing the GitHub repo where we will upload all these notes. So if you really want the note, please comment GitHub in the comment section, and please don't forget to like our video, share our video with your friends who is also kind of curious to learn Python. And if you have not subscribed and you are looking at this video for the first time, we would recommend please check out the first and second video of this Python series and subscribe our video to get more videos like this.